I'm joined now by Christian Hacking. Christian, I know you're a well-known face in the pro-life movement. We keep having these events year after year after year, and you're always there. Why do you keep turning up? Why is this so important to you?
Well, 10 million babies, between 10 and 11 million babies have lost their lives due to abortion. Somebody has to recognize that, and it's a sad privilege year on year to be part of a small group of people who is remembering a physically small humans, but actually numerically, in their millions slain in the womb. So I couldn't not be here, just because the news is awash with this piece of legislation, this piece of legislation, this debate, that debate. But actually, some of the most significant bits of legislation were passed in the 1967, and the taking of human life in abortion, obviously being one of them. And it just makes me think, even the column inches that were spilt over euthanasia, and it was right that should happen, and it's right that should be a public debate. But to date, nobody has been killed by UK euthanasia legislation, but actually 10 million babies have been killed by UK abortion legislation since 1967, and so we've got to recognise the key dates in the month, in the year on that, and we've got to do something about it.
And I know I've seen videos of you talking to a lot of politicians over the last sort of months, year. What are you hearing from them? Do you get a sense that are any of them really caring about this issue? Are any of them daring to put their heads above the parapets and actually say that life in the womb has value?
Well, so I recently teamed up with some brothers, and we went to the Labour Party conference, and we tried to speak to Labour MPs about the two death votes that happened in June, first abortion up to birth and euthanasia, and I think we spoke to 14 Labour MPs. The majority of them didn't even stop. They refused to even stop for a disabled guy to even talk about it. The one guy that did stop, bless him, wasn't even sure what votes I was referring to. Just hadn't even registered how significant that week was from a voting perspective. And then when challenged, they just walked away. One of the MPs, and you can literally watch this video online, one of the MPs refused to even acknowledge that he was an MP. And so you're thinking, gosh, you've got elected MPs. It doesn't matter really what party they're from, but they're elected MPs. They voted for legislation that can take life, or extended the ability for women to now take life up till birth in their own homes. And they're not even willing to recognise the fact that they are an MP and that they voted for that. Like, if you're going to vote for it, at least put your name to it and defend it publicly. Because if it's such a good idea, you should be able to fend off a disabled guy, with some simple logic. But the fact that they don't stop, the fact that they didn't engage, just says to me that really there isn't a good moral argument for this, and they know it. And so, we've got to hold them to account, MPs from all parties, for this vote. But we've also, I think, got to take proactive steps to change the narrative.
Well, thank you so much for being such a strong vote on and a strong voice on the pro-life cause, Christian, for so many years. Thank you very much.